some people with me. Now I'm going to give you a chance to guess. Who do you think these two people are related to? What do you think? What do you think, Mr. KDK? Do you think they are my mother and father? Who are these people?
No, this is my mom and my dad. So it's Mr. KDK's mom and Mr. K's dad.
We will let them introduce themselves, but this All Things We is going to be a little bit different. Actually, today is our 5-year anniversary. We have had a nice long vacation enjoying each other. So excited. And I really don't mind spending my anniversary with the people who bred and bore and groomed and shaped this fine man into the best husband I've ever had. So these are the people responsible for this lovely, this great man of God that I'm married to. So we're going to let them talk. So with that being said, let's go ahead and play the intro, and we'll be back with the Kemps.
Kemp, and this is my husband. I can introduce myself. Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
And I'm Brandon Kemp, better known as Boogie.
Okay, so how long have you two been married?
35 years.
Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Where did you two meet?
We met on the campus of University of North Texas in the fall of 1972. At that time, it was known as North Texas State University, and I had gone as a first semester freshman to a howdy dance. That was the welcome dance for all freshmen on campus. And so it was a group of us, male and females, that all went to the dance that night.
And at this point, I met her at the howdy dance. I was a junior college transfer there, but my first semester in North Texas also. And I met her and I saw her and I said, I'm going to make her mine.
Yeah.
Well, now, that night, I didn't really meet him. He saw me, and he saw the guy that I was with that night. And he never came and asked me to dance. But he told me later he just stood across the street, because it was in the street, and just watched me the whole night. And so the next day, he went up to this guy that he had saw me with at the dance and asked what my name was. And then he asked him if I was his girlfriend. He told him no. And then he asked the guy if he would introduce us. And the guy said no, because he was trying to talk to me himself.
So why don't you want to get up and show us some of those dance moves?
I said, he called me Boogie when I was in Texas. That tells you I got the move.
That's right. You want to show us your dance moves, Pops?
No, not right now.
Okay. Next video, next Kemp. What is your favorite feature about Mr. Kemp?
I love his profile.
Oh,
I always loved his profile. And I just loved his lips.
Okay, Mr. Kemp, what is your favorite feature about your wife?
Well, when I first noticed her, I used to know how pretty she was.
Oh.
And hey, back then in 1972, she was fine.
I see that he still makes you blush.
I'm gonna tell you about our first date. The first date, my wife, we actually went on a date. My wife was pledging Delta Sigma Theta, and I was an Omega at the time. We weren't going to be seen together.
Ooh,
so I took her to the Denny's off campus, and she never had a guy actually take her out anywhere. And it just thrilled her. And so I took her there and fed her breakfast. We ate and talked and everything. And it was a thrill for her because she never had a gentleman on campus to actually take her to somewhere to eat and do things like that.
Okay. Okay. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So you two, tell us what you do for your careers. What do you guys do?
Well, I am a teacher by trade, and I'm retired now, and now I'm in seminary working on a Master's of Divinity. So I'm starting like my second career. A recent accomplishment is that I have been licensed to preach by my church. So I gave my first sermon at my home church. And my husband, you want to tell him?
I'll tell. I'm a teacher, coach by trade. I coached football, basketball, baseball, track, and I was assistant principal, and I was director of transportation for the school district. I was in education for 33 years.
Right over here.
I was in education for 33 years, and I retired. Now I'm just retired. I'm a deacon in my church, at Berean Baptist Fellowship Church, and I'm trying to devote my life to the Lord.
So since you two have been married, what is your greatest accomplishment?
My children.
How many children do you have?
I have a 30-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter.
Whoop whoop, got me.
I had the same. I think two of them, they blamed on me, but not mine. I got two.
So we have been getting a couple of questions. We wanted to ask a seasoned couple that has been married for several years. I think you two foot the bill. Been married for a long time. So the first question that we received is, how do you know that this person is the one?
Want me to go first, my love?
Aww.
When I first met my wife, I saw her. It was just something about her. And I said, I knew I liked her right off. And I would try to talk to her on campus for 2 years passed by. And she'd just be nice to me and stuff. And I said, hey, let me come over. Oh, he says, come by anytime. And she never just gave me a specific date, so I knew it wasn't genuine. And then finally, after harassing her and talking to her, finally, I was at the fraternity house one night playing dominoes, hanging out with the guys, and she called. And I knew it was on then.
What made you call?
It was in the spring of my...
Spring of 75.
And Vernon, just like, he was student teaching in Fort Worth, but that every weekend he came to back to the campus, he would call me every weekend that fall. For some reason, every weekend he was calling me. So I was always polite to him, and I just had to chat for a couple of minutes, and then I would just always come up with an excuse to get out the phone. So when the spring came, I decided I was going to talk to someone. I just said, I'm ready to start another relationship. And I was trying to decide out of the two. And I was walking down the hall of my apartment. And I'm saying, out of the two, I'm going to talk to one of them. And for some reason, Vernon's face just came up in front of my face. I just saw his face. And I just said, I think I'm going to talk to him. And so I went, picked up the phone, and called him at his fraternity house. Out of the 2.5 years he had been calling me, that was the first time I'd ever called him. Ooh. And so I picked up the phone, and so he was shocked to hear me on the other end of the phone.
Did you quit playing dominoes?
Yeah.
So you wore down.
Yeah, I wore down.
So as someone who is looking to get married as a single person, what should they look for in the one that they're going to marry? Characteristics, what traits,
well,
what qualities?
Somebody you feel compatible with and you can talk to. I could talk to my wife, but then I just tell her I told her all kinds of stuff about my dad was mad to sit in. I just do stuff, just talk. I talked. And she was
Vernon was very easy to talk to. He was very relaxed. He was kind. And I don't know. I just knew. I knew that he was going to ask me to marry me. And I knew he was going to really mean it. I had a couple of the guys to say they were going to marry me, but I knew deep down inside they truly weren't being sincere.